Hey everybody, this is Vril. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, and our playthrough is the French Commune. So we went into Iran here in the last episode. The Iranians were helped by the Germans and the Italians. They sent some volunteer forces, but we were able to take that, and we took over all of them, and a lot of oil resources that will come in handy in the upcoming future. So I've decided that I'm not going to do any more smaller wars. I don't really see a good target. We did talk about Turkey, but for the moment I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to start focusing on completely doing our industry, and at some point justifying a war against Italy here, probably in another month or two, as I calculated out. If we did it now, it would be justified in like January 1st, so I don't want to go to war on January 1st in the middle of the winter, so we'll wait on that. Otherwise, I did do some work on the order of battle here, so I've set up bunch of units. They're not actually there yet, but they're assigned to the front lines here in Belgium, in Luxembourg, and the German border. It's French theater, I should rename. This is our armor. And mechanized infantry, I'll just call this offense. And we'll set that high priority. We've got the Italian front. This is our mountaineers along the border. We've got also, they're not there yet, but I set up some basic, they're called garrisons, but they're normal infantry that will go on the border here with the Italians in Algeria there, and also just on the coastlines here. Probably care more about actually this area, Iraq, Iran, because of the oil there. So I set up some garrisons along the coastlines. Otherwise, I need to actually get some generals for these guys, but we really don't have any. Let's see, we've got... I want to put a panzer leader on a garrison, so it would be nice if instead of political power to recruit these generals, you'd use the army experience. I think that would be better, honestly. So let's go ahead and get things started. Well, I'm not sure if I did it or not, but I thought I deleted all of our air units. So I'm going to rebuild our air, is what I'm thinking. Actually, I did not delete it, because they're not assigned. So I will begin to rebuild them now, I would say. So yeah, I want to probably start justifying that war more into September or October. So yeah, we'll merge up. These are all of our fighter ones, so this is a very good one. Merge up these interwar fighters that don't have like a graphic here are probably from our conquered territories. And I'll basically be splitting these mostly into about 100 groups of 100 or so. See, our fighter, this is our fighter 1. Could use something to really tell us that a little bit better. These don't really tell you that well. Anyway, we've got some tactical bombers. Let's go ahead and... okay, that works. I'm not sure with this interwar bomber, whether it's a tactical bomber or what, but we're going to merge these together. Or if it's a strategic bomber. And we have some close air support. Again, these are from conquered territories. Really don't have very many of these. So those will be all merged up. Naval bomber, carrier naval bomber. Obviously that will go on the carriers. Those will go on their own. Alright, we're done with support weapons. Let's go... oh, we've got some civilian factories coming online as well. Let's go ahead. We are at almost 75 civilian factories. We're at 35 military factories, so let's just continue on the military factory rage here. So more focusing on away from the German border and the Italian border. We built a little bit there. Oops. So yeah, let me look here. Our land forts, I think 3 is probably enough for each fort level, minus 15%. So that's actually pretty good. Very good. Yeah, we have this research slot, so we could go into 1939. I'm going to focus on industry, though, because we still have... Let's get our advanced machine tools. I know we're getting a slight ahead of time penalty, but let's get that going. Our focus should be coming up here, and then we will finish off our army reform, which would remove Victors of the Great War, and that would be good. We'll go on to probably jet effort or nuclear effort and do extra research slot, and then probably go down this colonial industry track. So, war economy. Construction speed, plus 20%. We don't want to do that then. So, yeah, I think we'll hold off on doing this war economy until we actually switch over, you know, and are at war. Partial mobilization. Sort of a waste if we were to do anything else. We can't do total mobilization because we're not at war, and I think you actually have to have territory occupied by the enemy. Anything else here? Cavalry, division attrition, special forces. We really don't have special forces. Commando, or this cavalry guy, because we do have a lot of motorized guys. Let's go ahead and do that. And actually, with that said, I did go ahead and convert. I had some cavalry. I converted them over to motorized. Here's a new unit here. Let me just create a new... I'm going theater crazy here, but create a new guy here. And I'm just going to check to make sure that everybody that we have... We've got some green guys because of what we did, so let me go ahead... Alright, we have the Munich conference here. We've also completed our national focus. So, German demands for the Sudetenland region of Czechoslovakia, where a significant number of ethnic Germans live, has come to a head. Hitler has positioned forces along the Czechoslovakian border in preparation for an attack. Talks are being held in Munich between Britain, France, Italy, and Germany in hopes of negotiating a peaceful end to the Sudeten crisis. The British have made it clear that they have no intention of going to war over a quarrel in a faraway country. Should we follow their lead, or we will honor our obligations to Czechoslovakia by offering them support. We're going to leave the Czechs to their fate. This actually sounds good here because it would create our faction and Czechoslovakia would join that faction, but I've read that there's a bug with this one in that Czechoslovakia will immediately leave that faction even though they're being declared war on by the Germans because they are not your same ideology, so we need to tweak that. So the Munich Dictate. German demands for the Sudeten border in Czechoslovakia, which is home to a considerable German minority, have intensified recently at a summit held. The diplomatic situation called the Sudeten Crisis. While Britain and France have both accepted the German bans as reasonable, Czechoslovakia, which wasn't invited to the conference, has refused to yield an inch. It now faces Germany alone in what appears to be a hopeless battle, so that's not good for them. They're going to get destroyed. So let me make sure anybody that's being built is being added to this new theater that I added. Actually, that's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, we actually need to set a front line and then we'll just put it on the Spanish border. With that said, let me look here. We cannot even improve relations, but we might want to improve relations with the Yugoslavians here. Maybe we already did that with the... Yeah, it's actually improved, but it's done improving and needs to go back up. So yeah, we were setting this border here. Make sure everybody is on that border, and then we will set anybody that gets built to be added to this. I don't like that our units, our tank units there, were move to green. Okay, so all those guys should start coming out there. And we have that national focus. Let's do that army reform. Good stuff. Alright, let's see here. What do we want to do? Yeah, I was looking at... Just looking for anybody that's green. I think it was only these guys. And I'm going to take anybody that's green, create another army here, and just train them for a little while. I think that's everybody. Yep, that is everybody. This will... I don't want to do this because it's going to cost us equipment. Our all too valuable equipment. Got a lot of construction going on. So, I think we're about at the point where we can start to justify this war against Italy. Albanian occupation is coming up, so... Very aggressive. Actually, we can't do this because we don't have the political power for it. So we'll have to wait a little bit. Not too long, though. So the Germans, so far, it doesn't look like they've actually declared war on Czechoslovakia, so that's good. Nope, as I say that, there they go. So, that is that. Yeah, we've actually generated half of the global world tension here. So we're like the nemesis of the world, apparently, in this timeline. So... But we were not German, so that's fine. I think we need to actually start working on this encryption-decryption. This one takes a little bit less. Alright, so the Czechoslovakia has joined the Allies. Interesting. But there they go. You can see the border there is not doing very well. Let me look at how much is this going to cost now. Still going to cost 25, so we're very close. Getting 1 per day because we're working on that focus. And these guys are obviously taking a little bit of attrition because they are training. Not these guys. These guys. Some of these guys already have trained up, so I'm not going to worry about them getting all the way up to regular. I don't want to waste the equipment. They're going to learn how to war in the war. So once that everybody gets up to regular, okay, we're ready to justify this war against Italy. Hopefully between now and... Well, I mean, we're planning to have Germany in this war as well, so let's claim... There we go. February 4th, so we'll probably wait till about March 1st to declare that war, so we're not doing it in the middle of the winter. And actually, these guys are not even training, but they're... Who's getting added? We'll probably be adding these guys to the Italian border as they come online. So let's increase our speed up, I would say. I'd like to get going here. And we've got also our navy. So yeah, the Czechoslovakia has capitulated. No surprises there. So the British are not at war. They're fighting a defensive war. Let me check over here. Let's see, what do we got? The Japanese-Chinese war. It's going well for the Japanese, that is, and the German-Czechoslovakian war. So yeah, the British are completely at war. All of the Commonwealth nations, so they're going it alone, and we will be, you know, the fourth faction here. Because we're going it alone too. We're going to try to get Republican Spain to join us. And actually we have over 10. Let's go ahead and improve relations with the Yugoslavians here. I think that they'll want to join us, but we'll see. The Italians are working on an unknown focus, so they probably researched encryption, because we used to be able to know that information, now we don't. Support equipment is what's lagging behind on all these guys coming out here. Alright, so we question the motives of Italy. Yes, we do. And yeah, with my order of battle change and changing our cavalry over to motorized, I actually... Yeah, we just finished army reform. I deleted some of these templates that didn't have anything in them that I don't use. I like to use the mechanized. I actually changed our just tanks over to mechanized as well, so that's something else I didn't mention. Alright, so we will go right into... Actually, let's go ahead and do jet effort, because we do have air experience, surprisingly, but don't have that much. But we'll be able to get that next research slot, and that will be valuable. We need to be pumping out these support equipment. Looks like they're maxed out. Motorized as well needs to be produced. Yeah, so... I think I will send some of these guys up to Champagne. Zog submits to Italy. Zog is an awesome name. An ultimatum has been delivered to the Albanian government by the Italian diplomats, demanding that they submit to a complete military occupation. King Zog has abdicated after realizing the futility of resistance, and Albania has now ruled in a personal union under King Victor III. Italy looks to the Balkans, another victim of Mussolini's ambitions. So I think we're more ambitious than Mussolini is, if you ask me. So what we actually need to do is some of these guys here in province need to be assigned the Alpine region. We'll be putting some bombers there. We need to put some air cover back here as well in southern France. Same goes for up here. We probably bring over some tactical bombers. Well, we'll take some fighters. We'll put the fighters in northern France. Bombers will be in western Germany. We need to give them some fighter cover, though. So, let's see. Alright, so tactical bombers and close air support, so yeah, we'll be looking at that more as we go on. Close air support will be also setting up in the Alpine regions. Do we assign one naval bomber here? That's a mistake. Okay, we've got one standing by. Okay, so we've got Western Germany. Oh, we need somebody back, and actually Northern France. That's what we missed. So that was what I can do. Send this one fighter that's standing by up to Champagne, and once they get to Champagne... He's still being transferred. There's superiority. Actually, we already had a fighter group there, but I think that'll be fine. Alpine region, southern France, northern France, standing by. Maybe we do need 2 fighter squadrons in northern France. These guys didn't have their mission yet. So we've got 100 fighters, 200 fighters doing air cover in northern and southern France. Actually, we probably need to look at the Benelux region as well. Not sure if we have the fighters for it at this point, though. It's not the end of the world. So the Soviet Union has declared war on Poland. Alright. So things were heating up before we were ever able to make them heat up. Mongolia is joining the Soviet-Polish War, so convoy sailing is finished. I think I'm going to go into, we're in December of 38, so I think I'm going to go into actually doing 1939 infantry equipment 2. So we'll be switching all that over at some point. We're finally getting on our support equipment. We're also done with the encryption. Let's go right into decryption. Did we ever build any... I don't think we did. Maybe we did. Build any radar stations is what I'm thinking. No, we did not. So let's probably add a couple of these. Where should we actually do it? Maybe in Provence and in Champagne. Actually, where was our actual airbase at down here? I think it was in Provence. Yeah. So let's exactly do that. How long does these take? Well, we won't know until we're actually up there. I'm going to intermix some of this. Probably prioritize the Champagne one more than the Provence one. I'm not going to worry about the Italian Air Force as much as I would the German one. So I think we have some new ships coming online. We are always merging this up, and I'm going to split our submarine force, and I've done this before, but let's do it again. Put, there's somebody on here, that's Sea Wolf there. So yeah, I'm thinking, let's see, convoy rating, convoy escort. Convoy rating, we'll set up some convoy rating on the Germans here. And let's see here. We want to do... probably take these guys down to the Mediterranean and be covering kind of the western coast of Italy, because that's where we're going to be mainly focusing. I feel like I'm going to need more forces than are being built here. We've got like 8 on our one that's coming up, but Maurice Thorez calls for crushing Italian nationals and death to the fascists. Okay. When was that war actually supposed to fire off? But we're probably waiting again. I think it was like February something. Italy is justifying against Yugoslavia. Okay, so February 4th, 1939. Are we improving our relations? Yes, we are. Let's actually... we can only guarantee other communist nations. I don't know if this really affects much. We'll see. Do we guarantee on these guys before? I guess not if it's telling us this. Let's continue to improve our relations with them. I guess it had fallen off slightly. We're going to want to join the Republicans, hopefully in our own faction here, right when our war fires off. So I'll go ahead and increase our speed. How's our training going? I think I've left this and they're probably really trained. So yeah, they're pretty good. We merge these guys back up. And I was having them right around here, I think. Although I think I just messed that up. Yeah. Actually, we need to start also planning our offensive lines and everything like that, so we get planning bonuses. So actually it does look like we're out of time for this episode. This one ran a little bit long, but I wanted to get through most of our war justification and our building up our forces for all of this in this episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time when we declare war on Italy here.